I'm John Luciano, and I guess I'm the zookeeper at Street Volkswagen. I'm actually the owner of Street Volkswagen. At 8 years old, my older brother and my brother-in-law were racing cars, and they were the coolest dudes I knew. So I started hanging out. They started helping me race cars, and then it became a point by the time I became 12 and 13, and the stuff I wanted to race was expensive. So my parents were like, yeah, well, if you want to do that, you make the money. So I began. I started working on cars and learning about cars, and I've been in the car business ever since. I've always known Volkswagen. I guess I've owned them all my life, and I own too many of them now. And I think the truth of what I love about it, not only just loving cars, is that I love people. What I love about this brand so much is anybody over 30 years old has a Volkswagen story for me, and they love to tell it. And that is our culture. And a lot of times I went to my first drive-in theater and sat in the back of it. I went to my first concert in one, or if you find the right guy, I went to Woodstock. You'll hear all those stories. And it was such a piece of their childhood. And it's so much fun to hear those stories and watch the kids grow up. Now that we're 13 years in this store, some of those kids that I met in those deals, they're now driving. So now we're getting cars for those kids, and we're learning about it.
Back home in Hawaii, my mother had the original blue and white bus, and I have 5 brothers and sisters. My aunties all have 5, 6 kids, so all of us kids, all the cousins, we would all jump in the van and we'd all go down to the beach, and then we never had to worry about being too sandy getting into the van because that was the official beach van, so we'd get in there sand and all. I've been driving a Volkswagen since 2019. That was my very first Volkswagen, an Atlas. I fell in love with it, and I was blessed to be able to work here. It is truly a privilege. Aloha Ambassador is not just a title. It's an experience. It's a feeling that I try to give to my customers. The joke is buy from the Hawaiian and you get laid. So all the customers I have, they all get a lays. Now, if we have a whole family there, everybody has a lay on. All the girls get a flower for their hair. All the keys get a surfboard keychain for it. It's not just a transaction with me, it's about an experience. I want it to be memorable. I want it to be special.
Volkswagen is like the world to me. Being with the brand has brought a lot to my life in the last 10 years. This is where I met my husband. So I remember when I was probably 8 or 9, Mom had a Volkswagen Beetle, and it had the big Flower Power stickers all over it. And I remember us driving around Kansas City all the time in it, and then us kids would get in the very back of that little Beetle and hang out in that little pocket back by the window. And I loved it.
Everybody knows that the Beetle is by far the cute girl car. So I have an older sister, and my dad bought a seafoam green Volkswagen Beetle. The back seat still had like that springy back seat to it, The stereo didn't have speakers. So my dad actually wired a house speaker into the back of this Beetle so that we could ride around town and listen to music and just have the best time. And I remember just bouncing on that seat and feeling just, like I said, it was the cute girl car, We were just cute running around in our little Beetle. And there is that sense of freedom. When you see videos from like Woodstock and all those things where people were just so happy and they were so free, and that's what Volkswagen means to me.
It's a lot of fun planting the seed and watching somebody go from a different brand and buying a Volkswagen. Both of my nieces have purchased Volkswagens, and that's all they drive now. Just pulling up to a corner and seeing and counting all the Volkswagens sitting at the corner is so amazing to see.
I am sitting in Velma. She is a 1977. She's beautiful. I actually had my son with me to drive back from the Chamber of Commerce barbecue, and he just thought she was the coolest thing ever. And I was like, yeah, that's because she is. Velma is the coolest thing ever. My middle child, she bought a Volkswagen because she really liked my Jetta, so she ended up buying a Jetta. She works here too. It's super important to me that you love what you drive, that you love the people that you are making these huge life decisions from, and that you know that the people that are taking care of you actually care. I love this place.
We've got some that this is their 23rd, 24th, 25th Volkswagen. Back in the past, you saw some of that, but not to the level of the culture of these people that just absolutely love this brand.